Cassie Ventura is back on the stand in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, facing questions from the defense. Right now, they're asking Cassie about messages surrounding her involvement in so-called freak-offs. In one 2009 message, Cassie wrote to Diddy, "When we used to freak off, when we were so in love, there were no questions asked. It felt right, like it literally made sense for the next step in our sex life together. I get nervous that I'm just becoming the girlfriend that you get your fantasies off with, and that's it. I don't get the other part." And the defense showed another message from 2009 where she told Diddy, quote, "I'm always ready to freak off." During her first 2 days on the stand, Cassie testified Diddy frequently beat her, threatened her, coerced her to have sex with strangers on camera, and made her plan the freak-off events. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges, and now the defense is trying to paint the picture of a complicated but consensual relationship. ABC's Rena Roy and ABC News legal contributor Bernarda Villalona are at the courthouse. Rena, what's the latest from court?
Well, Diane, I can tell you that jurors are seeing some very explicit text messages that are just too graphic to share on air here. But essentially what the defense is trying to show is that Cassie Ventura not only wanted to participate in these freak-offs, but that she enjoyed them in the beginning. In one text, as you mentioned, she said, "I'm always ready to freak off." They're also trying to show that as time went on, her reluctance to participate was only because she wanted more from the relationship. You read that text message that was also presented from the defense from 2009. Ventura wrote, "I get nervous that I'm just becoming the girlfriend that you get your fantasies off with, and that's it. I don't get the other part." So this is them just trying to take the guilt off of Combs and putting it on Ventura instead, and her insecurities about the relationship. Diane.
And Bernarda, the defense is showing these new messages to try to paint Cassie as a consensual partner in these freak-offs. Now, the prosecution had to know about these messages, right? So why not bring them up while they were questioning her?
Absolutely, Diane, because you have to think it is the prosecution that turned over these messages to the defense in discovery. So obviously the prosecution was well aware of these messages and what the context of these messages. So in terms of why the prosecutor wouldn't have brought that out during the direct examination, they must have a plan. They must have a plan because they also didn't mention this during opening statements. So this may backfire on them. I am concerned for the prosecution. But then again, we have hours and hours of cross-examination to still endeavor. So, Diane.
And Bernarda, we're also getting an update from court now where they're reading more text messages where Cassie and Diddy are talking about how they often made love after these freak-offs. How is the prosecution, you think, going to handle all of this on redirect?
Well, the prosecution is definitely going to focus on the timeline. So remember, this is an 11-year relationship. So while things may have been good in the beginning, that is different in the sense of how this relationship actually progressed. So the prosecution is going to continue and they're going to look at this timeline and redirect her back to that state of mind where she was actually being coerced by Sean Combs.
Rena, what are you watching for next?
Well, look, Diane, we're likely going to see much more of the same throughout today and possibly even tomorrow. This same line of questioning that we are seeing from the defense, because this is really getting to the heart of their argument when it comes to coercion here. They are going to keep poking holes, trying to poke holes in Ventura's testimony here, and try to show that she was an eager sexual partner who matched Combs's desires. So we're going to be seeing similar line of questioning throughout the rest of the day.
All right, Rena Roy, Bernarda Villalona, thank you.